Hello! Another quick update. Yesterday, Jack said the complete set would be done by this episode, but as you can see, it's still in progress. Although we have our couch in there now, we'll be using that for more casual style videos. I feel like that could be taken the wrong way. I'm aiming to have a tech tips video up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But for now, the tech news. Intel had previously announced that they would launch their 8th gen processors, codenamed Coffee Lake, on Monday, August 21st, but the biggest leak containing specs for those chips popped up today. A photo from a Chinese Intel event showed up on ChipHell showing specs for 7 CPUs, from the 4-core, 4-thread Core i3-8100 to the 6-core, 12-thread Core i7-8700K. Those extra threads apparently contribute to 51 to 65% increases in multi-threaded performance over Kaby Lake, with per-core performance boosted by 11 to 29%. But those gains will come at the cost of a new motherboard as well. Coffee Lake reportedly uses 1,151 pins, just like Kaby Lake, but it is not backwards compatible for some reason. In all likelihood, Monday will be a soft launch for Coffee Lake, as Kaby Lake only just launched in January, but when it does, AMD's Ryzen best watch its back, depending on pricing. Speaking of AMD, they've responded, sort of, to the hubbub online about the introductory pricing for the RX Vega 64. Their statement didn't say much about the whole price increase controversy, but Andrew Gibson of Overclockers UK, who initially brought up the issue, clarified the situation. Speaking to Kit Guru, Gibson claims that only several hundred cards were allotted to each retailer at the introductory price of $499 US, with some retailers getting less than 50. After those ran out, more cards were available, but only as part of a $599 bundle that included 2 free games. That's why we've seen stock of the standalone cards run out so fast, but it doesn't answer the question of how much standalone cards will go for when they come back in stock. AMD probably should have been a bit more transparent about this rather than advertising the Vega 64 as the new GPU king under $500, because now it's not. Was it ever? And this next story isn't necessarily tech news, but it involves tech companies, and I find it interesting, and it's Friday, so let's do it. Following the Charlottesville protests, the tech sector has begun shutting down numerous websites and services connected to white supremacist and neo-Nazi communities. A short list includes Google and GoDaddy closing the domain for alt-right website Daily Stormer, Squarespace removing a number of websites, Apple Pay and PayPal banning websites selling white supremacist merchandise, Spotify, Deezer, and Google Play Music removing bans with hateful racist lyrics, Discord shutting down white supremacist chat servers, Uber, Airbnb, and OkCupid banning users they believe to be white supremacists, and Google banning Gab, a social network with more lenient rules on hate speech, popular with the alt-right, from the Play Store. These moves have some criticizing these companies for censorship, while others say not enough is being done to stamp out hate groups. Legally, these companies can do whatever they want to moderate content on their own platforms. It's not really censorship until the government is dictating what views can and can't be expressed. But the Electronic Frontier Foundation points out that this wave of shutdowns provides a potentially dangerous precedent for internet and web domain providers to take away the voice of anyone whose views they disagree with. Rather than reacting to headlines, the EFF recommends providers stick to a set process for identifying and restricting content that violates policies to avoid arbitrary takedowns in the future. Now, I'm almost scared to ask, but what do you guys think? Discuss in the comments, and please, keep it civil. Well, that got kind of serious. Time for quick bits. Hands-on reviews of the Nokia 8 and the Essential PH1 are out, both running stock Android. The Nokia 8 doesn't have a North American launch date just yet, but the Essential PH1 is out in the US now. Hacking group OurMine hacked the official Game of Thrones Twitter, apparently to offer its security services to HBO to prevent more hacks and leaks of episodes. It's a bit like breaking into someone's house to sell alarm systems, but hey, okay, it's a heck of an audition. Speaking of breaking in, you might want to be careful about where you get your phone repaired, as a technical paper points out how easy it is for shops to implant devices that could log keyboard input and install malicious apps. I hear NCIX Tech Services doesn't do that stuff at all. I would recommend them. Free-to-play multiplayer game World of Tanks will add episodic story campaigns on August 22nd that can be played in single-player or co-op mode. Oh, cool. Blizzard, you seeing this? Overwatch? Next? Come on. And speaking of story games, Mike Bithell, maker of indie hits Thomas Was Alone and Volume, has released Subsurface Circular, a 1-hour-long story game for $5 on Steam. As someone who loves story games but is often too busy to sink hours into big RPGs, I think this is pretty cool. Would you guys want more short-form story games for a few bucks? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, you can also check out the sources for all of today's news stories, which can be found in the NCIX forum post, linked in the description. She stood up on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him, hiccuping and amicably welcoming him in. Ooh, that was the first time I did that. I'm gonna stick with it. Thanks for your submission, Ben Riker. That was fun. I didn't write anything for this. Hey, if you guys want to send us a hashtag NCIXYodog, do it on Twitter, because that's how you tweet. You could go on that website. Okay, so you're all about living that Central Park life. Or you just want to represent NCIX Tech Tips. I know, it's a common sentiment. Good news! NCIX Tech Tips t-shirts are now just $9.99 Canadian on NCIX.com. Plus, NX Fusion shirts, like the My Heart Beats at 120 FPS shirt we made for Valentine's Day, are just $14.99. That's a pretty good deal for t-shirts, and it would make me feel warm inside. The deal's on until August 31st, so click here or the link in the description to take advantage of this special offer. Alright, that's it for Netling Daily, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Click over here for previous videos. Check us out on Twitter, right there. But as always, like the video if you liked it, comment below for fans with benefits, and subscribe by clicking this button for more videos like this from NCIX. Now, we have to continue setting up the set. It will be completely set up one day. I don't know when that day will be, but hold on to hope.